Hi, everybody. This Friday, I have a very special book to share with you on First Chapter Fridays. This is Seraphina's Promise. Seraphina's Promise is a book that has won several awards. In fact, it was given the NAACP Image Award, and it is a notable book listed for the American Library Association. What's cool about this book is that it is written in verse. So the pages look like they're poems, even though each line doesn't rhyme like a rhyming poem that we have talked about that might have an ABA pattern. Second, third graders, you'll know what that is. But it does have that verse cadence to it and that verse appearance on the page. In this book, Seraphina has made a promise to go to school and to learn to read so that she can become a doctor with her best friend, Julie Marie. But following her dream isn't so easy because there's endless chores, there's little money, there is a lot of hunger, and it really tests her resolve. And when an earthquake hits, and it separates Seraphina from her friends and her family, well, she encounters her biggest test of all. Is Seraphina strong enough to survive? And if she survives, will she be able to keep her promise? As the book Seraphina's Promise. And if you'll notice in the background, I have pictures of my family, my children, my parents, my husband's parents here. My parents with their tractor, me and my parents there, all my sisters, because y'all know I have four sisters. There's 5 girls in the family, so all my sisters and all of their children and their husbands, because family is very important to me, and family, I'm sure, is very important to many of you. And that's the way it is with Seraphina's Promise. Family is important to her, and sometimes you can't overcome a situation that maybe you're in, but we're going to see if Seraphina is going to be able to overcome that. I'm going to read just a bit at the beginning for you. This book is by Burg, and even though it is written in verse, which means there's only a few words per page, which makes it a fairly quick read, it is in tiny little font, so I am going to have to put my glasses on so I can actually see the words. Under my bare feet, brown, brittle grass prickles and stings, bubbles of dirt crumble and snap. Slowly, carefully, I climb the dusty hill, like Gogo taught me. 1 foot forward, stop. The other foot forward, stop. I stretch out my left arm. My right hand hovers close to my head, ready to catch the bucket if it tips or slides. Slowly, steadily, I climb and climb, careful not to move my head, careful not to spill the smallest drop of water. So from that, we can tell that she's having to go up a very steep hill, and she's carrying a bucket of water on her head, which is a little different than how we might carry buckets in our hands. But if you're traveling long, long distances, that's the best way to carry it, because your hands would get tired from gripping that handle for a long, long way, and your arms would get tired. But by putting it on your head, you have your entire frame of your body holding that. So she's being very careful not to spill any of it. Twice a day, I carry water from the ravine without spilling. Each morning, I sweep the floor and empty the chamber pots. At night, I pile charcoal to make a cooking fire. In August, Maman will have her baby. If I work hard and help my mom, maybe this time our baby will live. So a chamber pot is in the evening time, if you don't have running water in your home and you need to go to the bathroom and you don't want to go outside, there is a pot that has a lid on it, kind of like a cooking pot, and that's where you would go to the bathroom at night. So it's kind of, now we know that they're living in an area where people don't have indoor plumbing. She's having to carry water. They're having to use a chamber pot instead of a toilet. And her mother's going to have a baby, and she says maybe this time our baby will live. So they're in a place where children maybe don't live not every child that's born lives. And so we can expect to say that they live somewhere like in a third world country, somewhere that's very poor, somewhere that health care is not available. As I walked past the alley, my best friends called to me, Julie, Marie, and Nadia, playful as children, singing, jumping rope, laughing. Julie Marie's brothers, Jacques and Daniel Louise, dart and dash in crazy circles, begging our scraggly neighborhood dog Bonza to chase them. Laughing and hooting, they hide behind rusted barrels and heaps of mud and garbage. I wish I could jump rope and laugh with my friends, but I have no brother or sister to help with chores. Even on Saturday, there's no play until my work is done. So, she's got a pretty rough life, but yet she has made a promise that she's going to learn to read so that she can go to school with her other friends. Seraphina's promise, is she going to be able to keep that promise? And just how rough may her life get, especially since we know that there's an impending earthquake. This may be a book that you would read if you are wanting to know more about people who live lives very separate from us. It is a book that is on a 3.6 reading level. So you may want to choose to read it only if you are reading an upper level. Because, like I said, even though it's written in verse, and there's only a small number of words on the page, the words that are in this book are fairly upper level. So this would not be a book that you would read unless you have a vocabulary that can support it, or you have someone there that you can ask questions about. For instance, you may not have known what a chamber pot is, or not have known some of the other terms that I read if I had not given those definitions to you. So today I have on my elephant earrings because, hint hint, this book is set in one of the very poor countries of Africa, which you'll find out later as you read the book. If you have any questions about it or you'd like me to point it out to you in the library, let me know. Enjoy your day.